What's up, everyone? It's Matt Martin with the Grass Factor. Today I want to talk about a broadleaf herbicide called T-Zone. This is going to be one that we can use both in cool season markets with our fescues, ryegrasses, and we can use it in our warm season markets on Bermuda grass and Georgia grass. So let's jump right in. Alright, y'all, so we're talking about T-Zone. Let's break down what exactly is in T-Zone. So T-Zone is going to consist of 2,4-D, which is going to be the main active ingredient in our broadleaf herbicides like three-way, triplet, Trimec, Trimec 992. But there's 100 different three-way products that are out there on the market. Speed Zone is going to have 2,4-D in it. Q4 is going to have 2,4-D in it. It's a mainstay when it comes to broadleaf weed control. So T-Zone has 2,4-D in dicamba. That's also going to be usually the number 3 component of that three-way. So 2,4-D dicamba and triclopyr. Triclopyr is going to be real popular in mostly the ag market. Also in cool season grasses, triclopyr has a great reputation. Triclopyr is going to extend that level of control into things that have more woody tissue or fibrous root systems. It's a fantastic, selective, powerful broadleaf herbicide. So T-Zone, Triclopyr, 2,4-D, dicamba, and sulfentrazone. And sulfentrazone is the active ingredient in a popular nut sedge control called Dismiss. So when you combine those 4 together, you have a synergistic effect, and that is what's going to give us T-Zone. All right, now let's break it down. Here's I'll kind of take you through the benefits of T-Zone here. T-Zone is going to be rain fast in 3 hours, which is fantastic when you're doing springtime applications, and you know that you've definitely got rain coming in at that 3, 4, 5 o'clock range. And that's something you can go out and spray through the morning, through the middle of the day, without having to worry about losing efficacy due to the amount of rainfall you get. With the addition of sulfentrazone, with adding that Dismiss to the three-way basis and the addition of triclopyr, what you're going to get is a faster burn down. Sulfentrazone is going to cause a quick visual phytotoxicity in the plant. So if you perform an application on Monday, chances are by Wednesday that weed is actually going to start turning yellow. You will get a quick response from 2,4-D triclopyr and dicamba. However, you're going to get more of a curling or cupping action, and you're not actually going to see that weed turn yellow for maybe 7 days up to 14 days. So that addition of sulfentrazone is going to increase that rate of activity, speed it up. The great thing about T-Zone probably is going to be its very broad spectrum of control of hard to control broadleaf weeds. So if we think about things that are three-way controls, typically, you're going to usually control your cutweed, clovers, henbits, bittercress, chickweed. All that's going to work fine with just your standard three-way. However, things that are, again, a little more fibrous at the root system that sometimes a three-way does not catch, sometimes you'll have dandelions escape a three-way application. Black medic, yellow wood sorrel, oxalis, those can sometimes, a lot of the time, 90% of the time, they're going to escape a three-way application. Some thistles are hard to get to respond to three-way. Onions, wild onions, and wild garlic. You'll get them to turn purple, and you mow them out, and then it seems like 2-3 weeks later they're up again. T-Zone is going to be a great product for controlling that. Violets. Violets are not going to be controlled by three-way alone. They're just simply not. So where 2,4-D has that gap in what it will control, T-Zone picks up that slack. So that with that addition of triclopyr, Triclopyr is going to do a fantastic job of being able to burn out things like your dandelions, like your medic, like your wild onions, like your garlic. You're going to get much more systemic activity. You're going to get much more product down in that root system, especially those thick fibrous roots of something like violets. And you'll get a much more thorough kill out of it, whereas with 2,4-D, you can spray it and spray it and spray it, and you're not going to get a kill. Again, also with the addition of sulfentrazone, it's going to be very, very effective in cold weather. So springtime guys, especially the ones up north, when you're running into, daytime high temperatures of 35, 38 degrees, and, you got a lawn that, you're putting down your early spring pre-emergent and a broadleaf herbicide, T-Zone may be a good product to go to because of its ability to give you that fast knockdown even in that cold weather. So let's jump into where we can use this product exactly. For us cool season guys, we're going to be able to use this for the majority of the year except hot months and dry weather. Taking a look through the label, one thing you have to worry about is some temperature inversion and volatilization, with an ester-based formulation of 2,4-D and triclopyr in particular. Days with low humidity and low wind, what happens is that ester formulation will begin to volatilize. It will convert to a gas and then rise. And as that gas meets potentially sensitive vegetation, trees, anything above where you made that application, it can unfortunately cause damage. Or if you have, a 2-3 mile an hour wind, it can cause that gas to move off target and, knock a dent into a tree, maybe on the far corner of the yard. Even though you did not get drift, you actually did not get particles into the air that landed on that tree. The volatilization of it from the ground into a gas moving to that tree can cause damage. So that's one thing to keep in mind about using it in warm weather. I probably would not recommend it. I don't like to run triclopyr in hot weather. Also with triclopyr, especially with triclopyr and sulfentrazone, warm season guys, this is not something I would be spraying in summer unless you're okay with doing damage to the yard. To Bermuda in particular. Zoysia not so much. Zoysia is pretty tolerant of triclopyr. However, Bermuda is not very tolerant of triclopyr. And again, having that sulfentrazone kicker, not only are you going to get the knockdown from the triclopyr, you're going to have that added oomph, that added heat from the sulfentrazone, which is going to cause a little bit more lasting damage than it would of just triclopyr alone. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you're going after something like buttonweed, you may not want to use T-Zone to control your buttonweed in a Bermuda grass lawn. However, if you've got plenty of rain in the forecast, it's a small patch, and you can explain to your customer, hey, look, I'm going to use this product. It's going to be very effective in controlling the buttonweed. Unfortunately, there's going to be a little bit of collateral damage, but I can do some repair work with a little extra fertilizer. They may understand, and then you're safe to use T-Zone as your product. For cool season guys, yeah, I would expect if it's warm outside and this is the product you're going to go with, you're also going to do a little bit of damage. You're probably not going to kill the fescue unless you're spraying it in temperatures over 85 degrees. Then you run the risk of actually killing the grass. But as long as you're below 85, then you're probably good to go. Now you are going to cause some yellowing. Sulfentrazone, in my experience in the transition zone, has done a little bit of damage to fescues. However, further up north, you guys are using sulfentrazone without any issues on fescues. So you may not run into that problem that we do down here in the transition zone. All right, that's pretty much got it for T-Zone, but one thing I wanted to do before I close this video out, I wanted to break down the rates of each product. This is not something I recommend everybody do. However, this is something that can be done because here's one of the drawbacks to T-Zone. It's a fantastic product. It's very expensive. T-Zone is not going to be a cheap product at all. So, making it a blanket application type product it's going to be a difficult sell. I understand if you're doing it for your first application to really leave a good impression, sure, you can sell it that way. However, this is not going to be a cheap application, so keep that in mind. However, what we've got in the T-zone formulation here, we've got 2,4-D at 29%, which is going to be a standard rate of your three-way, especially in conjunction with the dicamba. So that's going to be, your 4 pints per acre rate of 2,4-D. Your triclopyr is going to be a 1 pint per acre rate. And then your sulfentrazone is actually going to be a 2 ounce per acre rate. I think the low rate on the dismissed label is 4 ounces an acre. The high rate of three-way is going to be 4 pints per acre. Triclopyr, the high rate, is going to be 4 pints per acre. So it's going to be a little bit scaled down version of that because of the synergy with the sulfentrazone. So keep that in mind. If you'd like to roll your own products, this is one you can roll your own. And again, to kind of take you through that, at T-zone at 4 pints per acre is the equivalent of triclopyr at 1 pint per acre, three-way at 4 pints per acre, and sulfentrazone at 2 ounces per acre. All right, y'all, that is going to be my video on T-zone. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have a product in mind you would like me to detail, go through, and really explore the ins and outs of it, be sure and comment below. And also, guys, to keep doing what I'm doing and share the information that I'm sharing, please like, subscribe my videos, and share with a friend. And y'all have a good one out there. And hope all y'all who are plowing snow keep your head above water. All right, y'all have a good one.